How do you get started back with your workouts after some time off? That's what I'm going to answer today in Ask Yuri.
Ask Yuri. You've got a health and fitness question? I've got an answer.
All right, guys, so I've got a question from Violent Sonic. It's a cool name if that's your real name, Violent Sonic. On my Facebook page, very simply, he's been off for a certain amount of time. He wants to know what is the best way to get back into the workouts after about 3 to 4 weeks off. He's talking about running. I'm going to talk about running as well as just exercise and workouts in general. And here we go. All right, so let's look at running, for instance. If you have not run, if you've been a runner and running 2, 3, 4 times a week, all of a sudden, let's say you have an injury or you take off, your life gets busy, you don't run for about a month. How do you get back into it? Well, you get back into it by easing yourself back in. Okay, so what you can do is start off wherever you ended off. Let's say you ended off up here at whatever level, duration, distance, intensity was. Come down to 75% and then build it back up to there. And then maybe one of the workouts in that week, let's say you do 3 workouts a week, the running workout, you can do a test, right? So you can test yourself to see if you can run that same distance or that same pace. And then if so, you can build it back up to where you were and then kind of surpass that. Understand that you're going to have a bit of soreness. It's going to be a little more difficult initially, but with running specifically, you don't lose that much aerobic capability. See, aerobically, it takes longer to create aerobic adaptations enzymatically at the cellular level, and they actually last longer as well. Anaerobically, so speed work, those adaptations occur very quickly, but they also dissipate very quickly. So you'll find that the things that you're lacking in terms of fitness are going to be the kind of explosive stuff that's going to kind of go away very quickly after you've taken 4 weeks off. So build back into it, just do a couple slower runs, maybe some intervals here and there, and do a test run to see if you can kind of keep up to where you were before. And then if so, you can build back up. Okay, I wouldn't go to the same level you were at before and then go right into it because, you're not necessarily accustomed to that. But again, you can test yourself out and see how that goes. Workouts in general, I would recommend, if let's say you're working out at the gym with weights, strength training, I'd actually recommend starting back up with 1 or 2 bodyweight sessions. So do a bodyweight workout, bodyweight lunges, squats, push-ups, pull-ups, the whole bit, just to get your muscles primed and back into gear. Okay, do 1 or 2 of those workouts, and then start adding back in some of those weights. You don't have to start off, let's say you're deadlifting 300 pounds, you don't have to start deadlifting 100 pounds. I mean, there's really no point in doing that. You can do a lighter workout that has maybe higher reps, lower weight, just to get the movement mechanics back in. But what I found personally is the more time I spend away from the same workout, so if I do deadlifts once a week, I actually find I get much better improvement than if I were to do deadlifts 2 or 3 times a week. And 3 times actually is way too much for doing deadlifts and big movements like that. So sometimes having a certain amount of time off is really important, but obviously 4 weeks is quite a bit of time. So I'd start back up with some bodyweight stuff, 1 or 2 workouts. You probably experience maybe a little bit of soreness, maybe not, that's fine. And then start adding back in the weights at about 80% of where you were, and then build back into your previous training, and then obviously surpassing that. So that would be my answer, Violent Sonic. Thanks for the question. If you guys find that helpful and you want to ask more questions and want more answers from me, pop over to my Facebook page. It's down here, and post your question on the wall. Be sure to like my page, obviously, and I'll do my best to answer your question in an upcoming video. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you then.